All right, this video is for patrons only, and today I'm just going to sort of summarize the book of Isaiah. And if you haven't read this book, it's a great book because Isaiah goes into great detail of the judgment that's coming on to the nations that have oppressed Judah. It's a beautiful, beautiful book, especially if we've been in this captivity for so long. We just long and look for judgment. Um, and we just want the people that have hurt us the most to be punished and judged by our Abba. So the book of Isaiah is believed to have been written in 700 BC. And the later chapters were probably written around 681 BC. It's the first book in the sections called the Major Prophets. The Major Prophets they were called that because of the large amount of material that they had produced, and their message was very important. Now, key personalities such as Isaiah and his two sons. Now, this book contains probably, I would say, the most dramatic type of judgment out of the whole Bible. Now, we see judgment all through the Bible, but Isaiah has a lot concentrated in just this one book. It's a lot of detail about the return of our Messiah and the future reign of Yehoshua over this earth. The purpose of the book of Isaiah was to call the Israelites, like the nation of Judah, back to faith and declare the coming of the Messiah. So that was the purpose of the book. Now, our Abba Yah, calls and commissions his prophets to declare to Judah and Israel condemnation, conviction, and ultimately great hope, which we are looking forward to, because I know in this walk we have been beaten up so bad, and it's easy to lose faith. But before you lose faith, remember, those who endure will gain the kingdom. So you don't want to give up. I don't know about you, but I didn't walk this far to give up my spot in the kingdom. And you should feel that same way. Because we read the ultimately, we're going to win everything back from this Gentile world. We know it. We just got to hang on a bit longer, family. Now, chapters 1 through 39, this is where Isaiah, he points out the sins of both the north and the south kingdoms. Then he declares severe punishment to them and all of the neighboring nations around them. Now, who are the neighboring nations? Really, the neighboring nations are those that are in opposition of Judah. Those are all considered neighboring nations. And what he does, he's going to wash ourselves, and make ourselves clean. So during this period of time, we have to be as righteous as possible and stop any of our evil doing that we may have done in the past. So we want to wash those evil ways away. That's what we want to spend our time doing. We want to spend our time repenting. We want to spend our time asking him to forgive us. And saying that we're sorry for what our forefathers did that led us into the captivity that we're in the first place. Those are the things we should be spending our time doing. And we have to keep seeking his face. Seeking our Abba's face is exactly what he requested us to do. Okay, so Isaiah also talks about removing the evils of our deeds and the sight cease to do evil. So cease in doing all evil during this time, especially in the last days. Now, chapter 40 through 55, when you go through this part, it speaks of the return and restoration after our captivity in Babylon. Isaiah repeatedly claims this premise over and over, and he goes through this. There is no Yah, Abba Yah, besides me. And this is in chapter 44, verse 6 and 8. Chapter 45, verse 5, 6, 14, 18, and 21. And there's also another foretelling of the return of the Most High, who will come and bring new life through his death. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth, like a lamb that is led to the slaughter, and like a sheep that is silent before its shearers. So he did not open his mouth. 53, verse 7, and that's in Isaiah. Okay, so that's the return and restoration when you read those chapters 40 through 55. Now, when you get to chapter 56 through 66, the final chapter, Isaiah writes about the new heaven and earth to come. This is the great reward for all those who trust and obey the Most High. And he proclaims hope for the afflicted and judgment for the evil, which is really important. Which is really important. And we're seeing it. We're actually seeing it. And I know people are like, when is this going to be over? And we're going to feel that way. And even the Most High know we're going to be sitting around saying to ourselves, how much longer, Father? How much longer? But we must endure to the end. We must endure. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former things will not be remembered or come to mind. And that's Isaiah 65, verse 17. That's a beautiful thing. After this captivity is over, we won't even have any memory of Babylon, this evil place called America. It won't even be a memory. He's going to wipe it away from us completely. So we won't even remember the hurt and pain from this oppression. I think that's a beautiful thing. I really do. And I look forward to it. This video is for patrons only, and please leave your comments. I would love to know what you think. And if you get a chance, please listen to the book of Isaiah or read it in its entirety. Peace, family.